I've been training calisthenics for the last few years with a coach, and in this kind of training, everything starts with the wrists. Handstands, muscle ups, or even regular push ups, they all put serious load on them, so wrist prep isn't optional. You either build resilience or you get injured. Now, I didn't start calisthenics to fix my wrist pain from coding, but the warm up routine I do before every session ended up making a huge difference to the work I do at the desk as well. I realized that while ergonomics helps you avoid stress, training helps you absorb it much better. So here's the super quick, low effort routine that I never skip and I now also started to implement before long days in front of the desk, and I hope it helps you as well.
Alright, I'm starting down on my knees. In fact, this whole routine will be done from this position. The main objective here is to mobilize and strengthen the wrist joint in all of its possible ranges of motion. First, I begin with some wrist rotations. I make fists and rotate them in big circles. Then I open my hands and continue with larger circles, keeping my arms straight. At this point, we simply want to start moving and get some blood flowing to prepare our wrists for more intense exercises. Next, I interlace my fingers and rotate the wrists together. Normally I also do this in the opposite direction. Then I bring my palms into a prayer kinda position, pressing them together. I move in and out of this position, center, up, back to center, and then down. Keep it dynamic and easy at first. Sometimes I do these dynamic moves while walking to the gym to save some time. Towards the end, we'll add a gentle hold in each position. Try to keep the palms pressed together, but don't worry if they don't touch perfectly. And the other side as well. From here I place my hands on the floor and start shifting them around into different positions. This puts light pressure on the wrists in various angles, warming them up and getting the joints ready. When I do these first thing in the morning, it can already feel quite intense. Now for some wrist circles on the ground. With my arms straight, I lean forward and try to make as big circles as possible with my shoulders over my wrists. I try to keep the palms on the ground as much as possible. This circular motion helps target a larger range of the wrist joint. We also want to move in the opposite direction as well. The next exercise are palm pulses. Place your hands flat, then lift only the palms while keeping the fingers down. This exercise strengthens the wrist flexor muscles. If it feels too hard, walk your hands back closer to your knees to put more weight into your knees and reduce the load on the wrists. To work the opposite muscles, we flip around. On the knuckles, lowering down and coming back up. In this clip, I'm actually a little too far forward, which makes the movement harder to control. Ideally, I should move my hands back slightly so the weight is more manageable. The next exercise is wrist rocks. Again on the knuckles, we shift down and slightly forward. It's very important here that we don't do this on the fingers, because this would hurt. We have to be on the knuckles. The key here is to initiate the movement starting from the wrists. This exercise helps strengthen wrist abduction and adduction. Next, I rotate my hands so the fingers point back toward my knees. Arms straight, elbows locked, and I slowly start to lean back. You should start to feel a strong stretch sensation in the wrist flexors. Hold here for about 30 seconds. If you can handle more intensity, you can try to bend the elbows and shift more weight into the wrists. But be gentle here, this can get really intense. To balance it out, we want to stretch the wrist extensors as well. To do that, make a fist, place the knuckles on the ground to the side and lower your chest to the floor. The closer you get, the stronger of a stretch you should feel. Do this of course on both sides, holding for about 30 seconds each. If the intensity is too high, loosen up the fist a little bit. Finally, return to a kneeling position. Place your hands beside your knees and lean forward. Try to keep the palms down. If it feels too intense or your flexibility doesn't allow you to sit on your knees like this, walk your hands forward to reduce the pressure. And that's the full routine, quick and simple. It has made a huge difference to my overall wrist health, and I hope it can do the same for you as well, even if you don't do calisthenics. So give it a try and let me know how it goes.